fans, this is Trace Ali, along with the president of the Havatampa Race Series, Jimmy Mosteller, to call the action with me tonight. Jimmy, this has to be the culmination of many dreams and a lot of work you people have put into the Havatampa Race Series.
Well, no question about it. Coming in here for this event, over 100 of the top late model drivers in 17 different states, and coming down now to the top 26 of those drivers going in this 100-lap event that pays $25,000 to win.
And for all of these cars, all 101 of them, and of course the final 26 tonight, there are hundreds of stories. But let's get to the lineup, Jimmy. Let's talk a little bit about who's in here. Starting in row one on the inside, the 1994 and now 1995 champion, unless all kinds of confusion occurs, Scott Bloomquist from Mooresburg, Tennessee in the 18 car. On the outside, winner of 9 of his 12 last races, B4, it's Jack Boggs in the B4 car from Grayson, Kentucky. With row number 2, Mitchell, Tennessee's John Gill in the number 75 car. On the outside, Billy Moyer from Batesville, Arkansas in the number 21 car.
Going to the third row to the inside, the number 17, that would be Dale McDowell out of Rossville, Georgia. On the outside of him, starting in 6th position, the number 22 of Stan Massey out of Mableton, Georgia. Starting in 7th position, Herman Goddard out of Knoxville, Tennessee, number 22. On the outside of him, the number 89 of Marshall Green out of Dalton, Georgia, starting in the 8th position.
In the 5th row, it's Johnny Verdon in the 66B car, starting in the 9th position. In the 10th position, Bonnie Thomas, one of Alabama's great drivers in the 90 car from Seal, Alabama. In row number 6, it's Ronnie Johnson from Chattanooga, Tennessee in the number 5 car. And on the outside of him, Wendell Wallace from Batesville, Arkansas in the 6M car.
And in your 7th row, it's going to be on the inside, Rick Auckland out of Fargo, North Dakota in car number 12. On the outside of him in 14th starting position, the number 31, and that being Skip Arp out of Georgetown, Tennessee. Then we go to your 8th row on the inside. That would be the number 17, and that's Mark Martin out of Baxter, Tennessee, starting in 15th position. On the outside of him, starting in 16th position, the car number 114, Randall Chupp out of Friendsville, Tennessee.
From Union, Kentucky, sitting on the inside of row number 9, it's Darrell Lanigan in the 29 car. Outside him, Bill Fry from Greenbrier, Arkansas in the 66 car. Inside row 10, it's Terry Phillips from Springfield, Missouri in the number 75 car. And outside Terry Phillips, it's Johnny Johnson in the 99 car, a black car from West Burlington, Iowa.
Let's go to your 11th row on the inside. That would be John Jones, the J1, and he's out of Rock Springs, Georgia. On the outside of him, the number 66, Andy Knowles out of Tyrone, Georgia, starting actually in 22nd position. Starting in 23rd position in car 201, that is Rex Ritchie out of Ringo, Georgia. The high side of him, driving car G2, starting in 24th position, David Gibson out of Ash Flat, Arkansas.
And David, of course, is our rookie points winner, season champion this year, along with the hard charger. We'll talk more about him in a moment. And special to this race, we've added 2 names, 2 cars, 2 top teams. Clint Smith out of Georgia in the number 1 car has been put in this race in the 25th starting position, a little unusual, but he's been added because he is currently 3rd in points. It's a promoter's choice. And on the outside of row number 13, it's the 00 car of Freddie Smith, Kings Mountain, North Carolina resident who runs for the GVS race team out of Louisiana. There he is on the screen, the 00 car of Freddie Smith, looking like the champion it ought to be. He's had a terrible time, though, of getting into this race. He's just had one problem after another. A dropped drive shaft forced him out of the race last night when we were watching the heat races, Jimmy, and now he's sitting at the back of the pack with a long, long road ahead.
But I'm watching now as I see Scott Bloomquist on the point. On the outside of him, the B4, that of Jack Boggs out of Kentucky.
And we've got a signal that we're about to get underway. The Havatampa race for all the money is about to get underway. The 6th annual Havatampa Shootout is underway. Scott Bloomquist catches the green flag, shoots to the outside. Some cars quickly flying to the outside. We've got other cars trying to stay not too high, slipping on the high side. We've got a crowd going down the back straightaway. There's Scott Bloomquist, the 1994 champion, flying to the front and holding on with other cars behind him, trying to catch up and get into the race, Jimmy.
Man, you really had a mess of cars coming off the number 4 turn, but let's look down the number 1 and 2 turn. But now it's Jack Boggs, and he really gets through that number 3 and 4 turn in a hurry. Dives into 1 and 2, but not quite able to reel in Scott Bloomquist at this point in time.
And even though Boggs is all alone, there's a lot of traffic in turn 2. There goes Ronnie Johnson around. Wendell Wallace gets into him in the 6th car, and David Gibson goes on the low side there in the G2 car below Ronnie. The officials are looking it over, trying to see if he's okay. I think he is fine. They're just trying to see if they can get the car restarted. Let's look at that in replay. Here comes Ronnie Johnson. He's spinning out, watching his wheels, trying to grab. He gets a piece of Wendell Wallace, but Wallace gets into Bill Fry, trying to get around the number 5 car. Oh, what a problem there. Ronnie's okay, though, obviously spinning back onto the track, looking okay. Wendell Wallace is in his cruise checking for damage on that end of the car where he ran into Bill Fry. And the rest of the field's lining up to restart, Jimmy.
A bunch of cars move down through the number 1 and 2 turn.
We've got the single file. Here they go. We're getting ready. We're set up to go. J.C. Little's got the green flag ready to flutter, and away we go. Again, Scott Bloomquist again to the front as usual, and running very quickly with Jack Boggs in the B4 car now trying to come after him. In the back straightaway, we see a whole bunch of them line 3 wide there. There's Ronnie Johnson. He gets into the 22 car. That's Herman Goddard. They just got away from each other, and the green flag's still out. Jack Boggs apparently trying to build up a little more heat, get a little more traction perhaps. His setup was absolutely flawless last night as he raced here in the heat races, Jimmy.
Well, the reason Jack Boggs now is having to really stand on it real strong, this John Gill really putting the pressure now on Boggs. I noticed Boggs breaking loose just a little coming out of that corner.
And that surprises me, as I said, because the setup he had was so incredible last night. And right now it seems to be okay. But as you say, John Gill, he's also got a setup that's running very smoothly in the 75 car. We got another caution, the second caution of tonight's race. And unfortunately, we have to stop the race when they put the caution flag out. Jimmy, while we've got just a moment, let's take our break real quickly and talk to everyone about our sponsors for the Havatampa Shootout and the Havatampa Race Series. We'll be back in a moment.